Hi, everyone. My name is Joy Danielson. I am a co-founder of Vital Ocean, and I just have to say how honored and privileged I am to be here today and to be amongst this community of people who really care about the ocean. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting all of us. We can't tell you how much it means to all of us. Okay, I'm going to start by talking about infrastructure growth in the ocean and what progress looks like. So today, there are 1 million miles of undersea cables, and there's 25,000 oil and gas platforms and offshore wind farms in the ocean today. Now, by 2050, that infrastructure footprint is projected to grow 20 times. And the lion's share of that will come from offshore wind, about 80%. And now this is wonderful from a clean energy transition standpoint. However, it's also the largest ecological experiment we've ever done, because that infrastructure footprint is going to impact up to 2 million square miles of ocean ecosystem. And why is that important? Because in my lifetime, in the last 40 years, we have lost more than 50% of marine life. And just this month, humanity has crossed the first global tipping point with the widespread death of coral across the globe. We are living through a biological collapse. Yet we all know offshore infrastructure is not going to stop. And every structure we place in the water shapes the life around it for better or for worse. But we can choose better, and in fact, we have to choose better. Human progress should not come at the expense of the environment. And so we need to be more thoughtful on how we design this infrastructure. So the big idea here is, what if the growth of this offshore infrastructure actually created life rather than destroyed it? So Vital Ocean, we help developers turn wind farms into biodiversity positive assets. How do we do that? So 3 ways. First, we measure. So we use eDNA, bioacoustics, visual surveys to conduct biodiversity baselines so that we can actually understand current biodiversity levels and then how they change over time. We then model. So we use that data plus engineering data, and we use that to create digital twins of the wind turbine infrastructure and how it interacts with the ecology around it. So when you have that, then all of a sudden you can simulate how you design these turbines. You can simulate the foundations. You can simulate how you use lighting, how you use sound. And when you do that, you can help developers make better decisions so that they can design in a way that's biodiversity positive. We can also look at the footprint around the structures so that we can look at restoration activities and we can look at co-use blue economy activities so that we can actually really create better footprints. The third thing is we deliver. So if developers are interested in restoration and regenerative blue economy activities, we recruit local stakeholders and we project manage the implementation as well as all of the compliance needs. Our business model is pretty simple and scalable. So we charge a setup fee to construct the digital twin and MRV tools, and then we have an annual subscription fee. We charge a report fee for compliance and ESG disclosure, and a revenue profit share for co-use and restoration projects. This is an example of a living environmental assessment. So instead of a report that sits on a shelf, you can have everyone involved, from developers, regulators, tribes, investors, who all have a view of what's actually happening from a marine biodiversity standpoint. And they can have different views and have different information depending on what they're allowed to see and what's most important for them. We already talked about the growth of offshore wind. This is projected 2,000 gigawatts by 2050. The market right now for biodiversity intelligence in the offshore world is already a $20 billion opportunity. where we see our best fit is about a $2.2 billion opportunity. So there's real potential in here of both doing good and actually having something that's a real viable business. This is our rockstar team. We've got Vincent. He's an ocean strategist. He's one of the most connected people I've ever met. Myself, I was a partner at Systemic. I built our ocean program in Southeast Asia, former McKinsey. Madhu is CEO of Ready Minds. They do amazing AI work across healthcare and legal. Vlad's been working in renewable finance for 20 years. And I guess my ask for you guys tonight is like, come join us. Come make this possible. We've already developed a large language model that's ocean focused that we launched this year at our ocean and at UNOC. And we've also done a digital twin of a tidal turbine, but now it's time to actually make these biodiversity tools. And so we're looking for people who have offshore infrastructure, whether it's wind or not, but if you're interested in how these biodiversity tools could work, love to talk to you. Also scientists, ecologists, biologists, regulators, and also we're interested in catalytic funding so that we can really accelerate the development of this. So with that, I want to say, again, thank you for coming and supporting us. And if you'd like to talk, please find me afterwards or connect virtually. So thank you, everybody.